Hey guys, so unfortunately I wasn't able to record our battle yesterday, so we're just going to do a battle review instead of my games against the Seattle Supersonic Booms. So here's game one. Let me make sure everything's on there. Yep. Here's game one. Again, I got Porygon 2, Mantine, Urshifu, Vikavolt, Delmise, and Mr. Rhyme. He brought Togekiss, Primarina, Alolan Persian, Serena, Terrakion, and Musharna. So in our team builder, we expected him to bring the Togekiss, Persian, Serena, Terrakion, and Musharna, and then one of Duraludon, Vulpix, or Primarina. And he did do that. He brought the Primarina. So let's get started with the game. Let's turn that off. Okay. Wait, this is game two. Let's do this chronologically. Let's start with game one. Okay, so he leads Musharna, Serena, and I lead Porygon 2, Mr. Rhyme. So I get unlucky here with the Trace. I get Synchronize instead of Queenly Majesty. And if he didn't have Queenly Majesty, I would have learned what ability he did have. So my thought process here was Musharna's going to use Imprison, so I'm not even going to bother with Trick Room. I'm just going to use both my ice moves against the Serena. He maxes the Serena, which surprised me. Max Knuckle into Porygon 2, which doesn't do a whole lot. And then I freeze dry and unfortunately activate his weakness policy. Okay, so Ice Beam takes him down to 37.5 to 39.5. This will be important in a future turn because if he does have 37.5, this might be a roll. Mr. Rhyme could still kill him in one more hit. Then we see Trick Room go up, so this is good for me. I imagine he thought I was going to Trick Room, so he was just going to reverse the Trick Room, but instead Trick Room's just up, and now I should be able to knock out the Serena, or so I thought. Ally Switch. I mean, I feel like if you're not using Ally Switch, you're not trying hard enough. So, fair play. So I freeze dry the Musharna. Overgrowth almost kills Delmise on the switch in. Definitely would have killed the Porygon 2. So now I just have to what did I do here? I think I just doubled into the Serena. No, Delmise attacks Serena, that's for sure. And then Mr. Rhyme, I think, uses Freeze Dry on the Musharna, predicting the Ally Switch. There's Anchor Shot, I get a crit, which is pretty lucky. But again, as we talked about last turn, I'm not sure. Oh, never mind, I did just double. So he did say after the game that he forgot to run min speed on his Musharna. And I was not running min speed anyway, but yeah, his Musharna normally, if it was min speed, would go faster than, or before my Delmise in Trick Room. So that's why I'm saying the Mr. Rhyme, or the hit by not Poltergeist, Delmise might not have mattered on the Serena because Mr. Rhyme could have potentially knocked out the Serena anyway. Actually, he did regain some health, so maybe not. But that's the way it goes. So I send out Vikavolt, he sends out Primarina. I just max Lightning the Primarina slot, and I think I also freeze dry. No, I freeze dry the Musharna in case he uses Ally Switch, which he does. So Musharna gets max Lightning, takes a huge chunk. Hyper Voice does a little bit. He's got Life Orb. Freeze Dry does over half. Okay. I think I just repeat the same turn. So I think I just doubled into the Primarina here because I know Freeze Dry kills the Primarina, and Max Lightning will kill both of them. Both moves will kill both of them, so it doesn't matter what I do if he ally switches. It's fine. But he switches in Togekiss, which gets one shot by Max Lightning. Crit definitely doesn't matter there. Psychic does barely anything, and then Freeze Dry. Okay, so here, Trick Room's over. I want to keep this +3 differential that I have right now, so I switch Mr. Rhyme into Porygon 2, because I know Vikavolt can take a hit. He's got Assault Vest, so I hope Porygon 2 can take a hit better than Mr. Rhyme, so I can keep the +3. But then he uses Hydro Cannon, and I die anyway. So, there's game 1. We win with a +2. Mr. Rhyme super pulling his weight. Then we get to game 2. Now this is the opening that I had planned for in the team builder. Persian Terrakion. I expected him to go for Fake Out and Close Combat or something into Porygon 2 to prevent the Trick Room. I didn't even consider what he actually did. So I'm switching Porygon 2 into Delmise here, predicting a Max Knuckle or a Close Combat into that slot, while Mr. Rhyme uses Trick Room. The unfortunate thing is I got Fur Coat, which is exactly what I wanted. I can't see the stats because it's a replay, but my defense and special defense are absurd right now. If he had maxed and maxed Knuckled with the beat up, it might not kill the Porygon 2. It's not a guaranteed one-hit KO. And because I know it's Life Orb, or it's not Life Orb, it's definitely not a one-hit KO. However, because he did not max and use Close Combat instead, which is a much more powerful move, it would have one-hit KO'd the Porygon 2. So we'll see that play out. See the beat up. He goes up to 3x. And then he Close Combats the Delmise while I use Trick Room. Now I also have Focus Sash on the Rhyme, so it doesn't matter if he did attack Mr. Rhyme, I still would have got Trick Room off. Okay, so I haven't seen a Sash on his team, so this next play was risky for me. I figured his Persian had Foul Play, so I need to knock out the Persian. So I'm going to activate my own weakness policy and attack the Persian, knowing that Terrakion probably doesn't have much that can hit Delmise, and hope that he doesn't have Focus Sash. But he just protects. There's my weakness policy, and Overgrowth takes out the Persian. So I know he doesn't have Focus Sash, which is good. Brings out Togekiss. So here I'm predicting he's going to use Follow Me. I just use Max Steel Spike into the Terrakion, assuming he's going to follow me. My other options are Max Quake and Max Overgrowth, which obviously won't kill the Togekiss. And Mr. Rhyme, I believe I just use Freeze Dry into the Terrakion. And there's the Follow Me, so I knock out the Togekiss. Get a defense boost, which is good. Freeze Dry Terrakion. Does a fair amount, actually. Steel Spike, even at +3, well, with the 1 defense boost, just barely over 50%. He brings out his Serena. So here I'm assuming he's going to, like, he has to max guard the Terrakion, or else I just knock it out with Max Overgrowth or Max Steel Spike. So I assume he's going to like triple Axle or something into the Delmise and knock it out. So I max guard the Delmise and then just use the free Mr. Rhyme to Freeze Dry. And then we just get a series of protects as we all guard and Rhyme does nothing. Now, would have been great to switch out the Mr. Rhyme there. That would have, maybe not because he's got Queenly Majesty probably. So it wouldn't really have done anything. But I would have had an extra turn of Trick Room to use Vikavolt in. Yeah, switching out Mr. Rhyme there was a better play. On the other hand, I could have one-hit KO'd Serena by staying in and using Freeze Dry, but he protected. So this turn, I know I'm going first, so I max Steel Spike into Terrakion. In hindsight, I should have used Max Overgrowth because it gets the damage boost from grassy terrain, and it's also super effective. This was a game-throwing play on my part, and then I think I just freeze-dry again. But we'll see why it was game-throwy. Oh, no, that's why. It's because I have Power Whip, and Power Whip misses. That's why I went for Anchor Shot. I'm not maxed. Right. He's got a Babiri Berry, so he lives this. Which is very unfortunate. So Power Whip almost takes out Rhyme, and then he does take out Delmise. And now Trick Room is over. So it's looking like I've lost this game. I do trace Queenly Majesty, which is nice. So I'm assuming here that Porygon 2 goes down. Terrakion can easily take that out. And then Serena's going faster than Mr. Rhyme, so this is looking like a loss. And when I was playing this, I actually just skipped through this turn because I was like, oh, whatever. But he missed Power Whip, and I take out the Terrakion. This was a loss. 85% of the time, but he missed Power Whip. And that's why I didn't use Power Whip with my Delmise, because I didn't want to miss, even though it would have been the better play. But then, if I did miss, Rhyme wouldn't have been able to KO the Terrakion there. So, he does KO the Rhyme, and then Vikavolt gets the one-hit KO. So, there's the game, a little bit of luck there at the end, which I could have shored up with some better move selection. But again, I didn't know he had Babiri Berry. It makes sense bringing Assault Vest against my team doesn't really make that much sense. At least didn't before. It might in the future because of the trades I made. So there's this week's game. We win 2-0 with +3. And we go into next week against the Crocodile Dundees. Thanks for watching.